Your first day at the gym, you might be thinking, what do I do? Where do I do? How do I do? In this series, I'm saying that as if there's been about 10 episodes. This is the second one. In the first episode, we covered the why of the gym. Why should you go to the gym? Today, we're going to talk about day one of the gym. What to expect. Because it is a bit of a grey area for someone, or maybe not a grey area, but for someone that's never been to the gym before, you might have this idea built up in your head. Not probably, you probably will have an idea built up in your head of the gym. I suppose the first question, the first thing that we should look at is the location. Okay, so actually choosing a gym. I'll keep this very short. Choose it for yourself, and what I mean by that is don't let anyone decide for you. And once you get in there, don't let anybody tell you or try to formulate an opinion of it for you. So honestly, if you live in a half decently sized town, there are probably 20 to 30 gyms in your immediate area, probably within like a 6 mile radius. Okay, maybe that's a bit. No, that doesn't sound right. But regardless, if you live anywhere that's dense, quite densely populated, at least there's probably a lot of gyms. Just choose one that works best for you in terms of opening times. So some gyms are open from 6 a.m. to about 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Some gyms are 24-hour, and some gyms may be private or semi-private in the sense that you can rent out the space to train privately or in a group setting if you want. So opening hours, price, there are many things that could matter to even, you might look the look of it, the aesthetic. There's a lot to it. So just choose one that you either think, okay, this is a good price for me, or oh, this looks cool. Just get yourself in there, and that's honestly all you need to worry about. You'll hear a lot of people either hating on certain gyms or telling you how great a certain gym is because they go to it or are associated with it in some shape or form. Just get yourself in a gym. If you don't like it, that's completely fine. You can go try out another one. If you do love it and you want to train there for the rest of your life, perfect. It's up to you. But do find that out for yourself. And the only way you will find that out for yourself is by going there and being able to formulate your own opinion of it. So I suppose the second thing we should talk about is what to actually expect on your first day. And what I want to do with this point specifically, because a lot of people, you've probably heard from a lot of people if you've been trying to start the gym, but they're like, oh, nobody's going to judge you. Everyone's really friendly, and yeah, we all love to see you in there. Or we'd love to see you in there, which is true. It's 100% true. However, I understand that for someone that might be anxious about not maybe even just going to the gym, but starting something new in general, that's all just noise and it's not really reassuring. If you are someone that struggles with starting new things, for me personally, because this was something I struggled with in the past, it's like getting in the cold water. It's like eating a frog, whatever way you want to see it. You just got to get yourself in there. And yes, it might be scary the first time, but second, third time, it's like you've been doing it for years. So I guess what I really want to do with this episode is just give you a really basic framework of what to do and what to expect, and a bit of advice I'd give to anyone that's nervous about starting in the gym. So as I said, when we're unfamiliar or something's unknown to us, we build up an image of what it's like in our head, and it can be quite distressing if it's not exactly as we had imagined. So I'm going to give you some reference points to be able to navigate your first day at the gym. So let's call this framework for day one. So first point is the entrance. Okay, so this will be your your physical entry point into the gym. Find yourself a parking space. Identify where the door is. Now, this might sound silly to some people, but some people might be so anxious that they even start to question, oh, is this definitely the entrance? Am I going to try walking to the exit and everyone's going to laugh at me? Say you want to start training say you want to go to the gym at 7 p.m., okay? Arrive maybe at 6:55 p.m. Watch people come in and out. Maybe familiarize yourself with some faces. That can be comforting as well. And look where people are coming in and out of the gym. So you have your entrance. Number 2 is going to be what we'll call the FPOC, first point of contact. So that's likely going to be a desk or a MOS, member of staff. I'm sorry, I'm using all these abbreviations, but limited space here, folks. So we've got the physical entrance. We walk in. We know where it is. FPOC, first point of contact. So that's either going to be a desk, a member of staff that will greet you. Again, this depends on the gym, or a TS, which will be a turnstile. In a more commercialized gym, so like a gym chain, whatever way you want to call it, like a Pure Gym if you're watching in the UK, or Planet Fitness if you're from the States, it's more than likely they'll have either a turnstile or a barcode for you to scan that will gain you access to the facilities. If it's a smaller, or maybe not necessarily a smaller gym, but a more private gym or less commercialized gym, less commercial gym, you might just have a member of staff who's there, and you might just need to input a code or scan something, or just even say, hey, I'm a member, or I recently signed up, whatever. In our gym, Reform, when it comes to members, you don't have to put in a code or anything. You can just walk on in, because we know your faces. We know who the members are, essentially. If you walk up to the desk and there's someone there, just say, hi, I just got my membership. And then 2 things can happen. They can either be like, oh yeah, cool, here's the whatever, which I'll go on to the next point. They can show you where some things are. Again, I'll talk about this in point 3. Or you could mention that, look, honestly, it's my first time in a gym. Like, could you give me any guidance, or just simply ask for an induction. A lot of gyms do these for free as well, where if it's a personal trainer or just someone who works there, maybe an owner, they will show you where everything is, and most importantly, they will teach you how to use the machines. And you might really like the person, and you might end up working with them, and they might end up being your trainer or your coach. And honestly, if you have a trainer or a coach, all of this just becomes like, you don't have to think about any of it. I always say that to my clients, especially beginners. We do all of the thinking for you. You just need to do the hard work. That's it. So you have your physical entrance point. Familiarize yourself with where it is. Pull up a bit early to the gym, see where people go in. First point of contact, it's either a turnstile, a member of staff, or a desk. If there's a human there, this is probably the best thing for you. Just simply ask, look, it's my first time in a gym, not really sure what to do. 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, whoever is there will actively want to help you. I know me personally, when people walk into the gym for the first time, I get excited, because it's obviously cool to see new faces and cool to see people, whether they're passionate lifters that have been doing it a long time, or they just want to get into training. It's really cool to see people want to use our facilities to be able to do something they like, or that is important to them. So again, you'll be welcome there. It's not like excuse me, I would like to be part of your gym. It's more like, oh, welcome, from the member of staff's perspective. Welcome, we'd love to have you here. The gym is, for you. This is why we are here. We're here to help you. So number 3 is going to be the toilets / CR, which is changing rooms. So again, I recap this as we go on. Entrance, physical entry point, first point of contact with a member of staff or whatever gains you access to the facility itself. Change rooms and toilet, the whoever your first point of contact is can show you there. Usually at gyms, if it's not clear cut, the toilet or the changing rooms are either at the back of a gym or round the sides, the back walls, and they more than likely will have signage to point you there. Again, this where you can leave your stuff. Obviously, go to the toilet. We don't need to talk about that. But number 4 is I'll try to draw a water fountain here. Does that look like a water fountain? It looks rather questionable, doesn't it? Okay, that's a. Maybe I should. Right, regardless, that's a what. Actually, do you know what? Let's just write water because, yeah, water fountain. Water fountain is the point I'm making with this. Obviously, well, you need water when you train, but the water fountain relates to the next point, and that's the cardio section. These two, especially for someone that's really nervous about starting the gym, these two can be used as areas where you can stall and get an idea of number 6, which is the plan in terms of the floor. So plan of floor. And what I mean by that is where everything is. So, do you know when you were in school and everyone would go over to get a chat by the bin where they sharpen their pencils, but I get a chat at the bin while they sharpen their pencils so I can just stall and chat? This is it is the same principle. Water fountain and cardio section are both places where you can spend a lot of time at, and you can stall while you gauge the plan of the floor, because as I said, for some people, actually for most people, if they're going somewhere they've never been before, you have that element of the unknown. It is very scary and can be intimidating, so we like to get an idea of how everything is in our heads. Water fountain, cardio section gives you a chance to stall and scan out the plan of the floor, so you know exactly where everything is, and you can go from there. And 7, I'll just give you reassurance, is honestly treat others like you want to be treated. So if we all deserve respect, I know it can be hard, but try and make conversation with people, smile, be friendly, share equipment if the gym's busy, work in with people, which just basically means, say we both needed the same machine. Say, hi, can I work in with you? So I do a set, you do a set, and you help each other load the machine, unload the machine. Just general good, which will branch off into sort of 8, I suppose. It's etiquette, be clean, be hygienic. If you spill anything, get a paper towel and wipe it up. If you sweat, there's usually spray bottles around the place. Spray it, wipe it. Just be respectful of equipment, respectful of the facility. A lot of hard work goes into owning gyms, and it's very, very, very expensive as well. So yeah, respect the property, respect the facility, respect the people in there. I will grab my actual chosen cloth. So there's a lot here, but if you're really nervous about starting a gym, use this as your framework, okay? So entrance, FPOC. I'll try and make this an abbreviation. Entrance, first point of contact, which ultimately, if you get a good first point of contact, all of this will become irrelevant because the person will show you that. Number 3 is, we'll use C, just change room. Point 4 is W, water fountain. Point 5 is cardio section. Point 6 is plan. Point 7 is respect, and point 8 is etiquette. So I don't know where Like, yeah, that doesn't really make sense as an abbreviation, but I just wrote it down. So again, entrance. So we have an actual physical entry point to go into. First point of contact, speak to someone hopefully, or just gain access to the gym. Third point being the changing rooms / the water fountain. Third is the toilet. Fourth is the water fountain. Five is the cardio section. Obviously, these two are related because you can use them to stall. 6 is the plan of the floor. 7 is respect, and 8 is gym etiquette. Okay, so all these things go hand in hand, but I hope that gives you some sort of framework with the gym. 2 final points I'd like to make is all of this doesn't matter. Just get a trainer, especially if you're a beginner at the gym, personal trainer. It is the best decision you will ever make, providing the person does provide a good service, which I know we do. It's so much more than just counting sets and reps. It is a relationship. It is, within reason, a friend. Well, someone that has your back. We would go to ridiculous ends for our clients. We'd run them through a brick wall for them. We'd do anything for them. It is literally our job to ensure that you feel good, look after your body. We're there if you need a shoulder to lean on, if you just need to chat. But the main thing is it's something you can enjoy, and gaining access to, or getting back access to, being able to move well, live well, and just change your mindset into waking up every day and just being glad you're alive, free, breathing. There's so much to it, but it's fun. You'll look great. You'll learn a lot. And it's always good to have that extra person in your corner. My final point is, obviously I've given you some advice, but just do it. Just do it. Like you can probably tell, I don't really do this YouTube thing. I am very familiar or very comfortable with doing content because I have been doing it for coming up to 2 years. I'm a lot more confident in front of camera. However, YouTube, like long form, this is completely off the top of the head. This wasn't pre-scripted or planned or anything. Do I have the best equipment, speech skills, whatever it may be? No. Do I have a lot to improve on? Yes. But I'm not waiting for the right moment for YouTube. We've just started our YouTube channel. I'm just doing it. I'll get better as I go along. And yeah, like, hopefully this just reaches the right person. If at least one person, if this can reassure at least one person that wants to start gym, then me taking, I think that's probably about 15 minutes long, this video, me taking 15 minutes to just ramble on about what to actually expect of the gym. If that helps one person, then I'm buzzing. That means the world to me. For whatever little positive change I can make in the world, yeah, I just love this. I love doing this. I love everything about coaching in the gym. It's great. But yeah, thank you very much if you made it this far. Thank you very much for bearing with me and listening to me. If you have any questions, queries, concerns, comment below. Contact us directly through our Instagram or our Facebook. Our Instagram is at utopia.anw. Our Facebook is utopia-a new world. Or just, again, comment, email, whatever it may be. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope we see you in the next episode.